Sizable. So the way that I talked about in your refund ratio that you probably just watched, if not, go back and watch it, is that one of the portions that I have brought up is that it's something called pay up. And one of the things that I noticed taking a step back is that if you looked at my money trends that we see go viral, do they add value to your money? Is that we see loud budgeting, soft savings, all of those things. But a lot of it is Christopher Columbusing what we've already known before when it comes to your money. So when I say pay up, this is something I have seen my mama do. This is something probably your mama did. This is something that you probably do. And it's obviously something that I do, which is pretty much if you get a windfall of any amount of money, no matter if it comes from your bonus, it comes you'll get a little bump in your paycheck because you work some hours, or it came from your refund that you can actually reposition that extra to put you ahead. So the thing is that we always hear about these money hacks, but a lot of these money hacks are just off the revenue, or not revenue, are the residuals of what we already done in the past in some variation. And that's the thing that I liked about the maths, is that a lot of us noticed that even if it was girl math, boy math, mom math, black math, Jewish math, any math, that we all money similar in a way, and it's a different, just different languages in a sense, but we all money in a certain way. That no matter the hack, there is actually a way that it came, or a path that it came from. The reason why I wanted to talk about make a video around pay up is because I mentioned it in the refund ratio video, but I also added it on X, Twitter. Do we see even call it Twitter? X? I call it Twitter still. Anyway, the reason why I wanted to is because I went on like a little tweet thread about something that happened to me, because I love to give some insight into my wallet, not just now later, but what happened in the past, but now, about how I've been when I had a bill and I already estimate that I'm going to pay this amount every month, and my bill becomes less. That less or the more for me, that less for them is more for me. So do I take that more and do I put it towards that bill to create a credit as it compounds, or do I take that and reallocate that more, or towards something else, such as a bill that may have been a little bit more and I want able to do more over there, or do I take it and put it into my high yield savings account? So when I talk about the pay up or paying ahead or paying it forward, that's the reason why I want it, because I have showed in my own wallet where I have been paying on my gas bill every so often more than what it was for them, but more is aligned to what I estimated. I went back, pulled my bank statements. I looked at what I've been paying on my gas bill, the app for the last what 3 6 months, and for utility bills. Look at all. I know some of them have been crazy, but look at the last probably year or two of what you usually pay between peak season for gas bills. We know that's no October to probably March. That's what you're gonna look at to get an average, even though the average is being uh, extraordinary right now. And then when it comes to your summer months, just your electricity might be a little bit more because you're paying for air conditioning or whatever is your utility. So you'll look from probably May to August or September. So you look for those peak months to figure out what's the average of that, and then you align it when it comes to your budget. Because why? No 2 months of your budget are alike. So back to what I was saying is that I noticed that I've been paying extra on my bill for my gas bill, because I looked within my bank account and say, hey, I usually pay this amount of money for my gas every month, and then I go ahead and earmark it within my, and then I align it to my budget per month. Then when I already allocated it towards my budget, and then when I get the paycheck and I already say, okay, I'm gonna pay it, then I go look at the bill when it comes, and then I'm like, oh, I know I said it's supposed to be 150, but it's only $50. So that's an extra $100. So what do I do with the extra? You could That's technically another windfall where you can actually pay up to do something. You can pay on top of the bill. You can pay to another bill, or you can pay yourself by putting in your high yield savings account. I was going to say that. The reason why is because you're using what you have to do what you can do to do eventually what you want to do in the more. And that's why we always look for windfalls to be within a bonus or tax refund, or somebody just pay us back finally for some money. but sometimes your bills can give you like a windfall as well. So that's what I would say is that not only does it, you can create a credit by paying ahead, but you can also give yourself credit to being added to your high yield savings account. So you can, like I said, you can do it with your refund or anything like that. I just wanted to do this quick video to say, start looking for the windfall within your actual budget. Look into those things that I call out about in the last video about doing an audit of your wallet. You're looking at what your bills are doing. You're looking at your expenses. You're looking at your savings. You're looking at your debt. You're looking at your investing, and you're aligning towards it each time. So I just want to make this quick one-off quick video to say you can look into the refund ratio. I might actually make this another blog post by itself. Is that how we could look within our budgets to see each month to align for it. And another thing that I called out was that, say for instance, it is March while I'm recording this. To see it, I can take what I did in February to understand the algorithm, the money algorithm that I had within not only my budget, but what was the realization. So I'll go back and look in February. I know I got paid this, this, and this, and I know what bills fell when, and this is what actually I paid. And then outside of that, I can go and look to see what did I spend. Your bank statement, if you are into crypto, if you're not, listen to me. Your bank statement is like the ledger to what you actually have spent, and it shows you your algorithm. I mean, how you feel, what were you spending on? When I went to Target, I was happy, or when I went to Target, I won't. But you can actually look into your bank statement for to combine your budget that you had for February or you had for the month before this to see this is what I did, this is what I said I was going to do, this is what I actually did. Then you can actually go and look to see what is coming up in the month to come. I usually check in with my budget when I set it at the beginning of the month. And I look to see when do I usually find myself running thin or running different. It could be around the 15th. And then by the end of the month, I'm already looking, okay, the check-in on the 15th is going to let me know if I need to dial it back in certain areas or do I need to if I can punch it up or I can actually punch it somewhere else, meaning I can save it. So you look at your month, your bills for the previous month, or as a cliff note for the current month, what you could be doing, and then you're gonna look at the realization. You're gonna pull out them paper bills to look to see, or paper bills or emails to say, I know this is what I spent in February was $150 on this, but hey, it's looking like it's going to be 200 or it's going to be 100. So if it's going to be more, do I have some in my reserves to able to handle it? Or if it's going to be less, how can I actually automate that or allocate that towards something else? So you look to see if it's going to be more or less. If it's going to be more, do you have reserves? If you have less, how am I going to actually reallocate that to something else? So I always say, please don't just check in with your budget when you get, or your bank account when you get ready to check out, or when you're waiting for a check to check in. You check in with your money and your account so you can have accountability on what's going in and coming out, and it gives you accountability for yourself. So that's what I will take. There's a whole lot of things in this video, but I still wanted to talk about the paying up because I want people to know that you can do basic things to build a better money management system and to build whatever the millions or the wealth looks like to you. When we understand what our means look like, means as in not means stock, as in MEANS, we're able to build the more with what we have. Ain't it crazy how you see these janitors or people are non-glamorous jobs, they retire as millionaires? It's because they understand what they had in their hand right then and then try to figure out how they can actually either make more money or handle the money that they do have better and more meaningful, and being intentional with it. When you're intentional, you'll take the insights on what you're currently doing, on what you could be doing better, and you'll take that and implement better to have more increase in your money. So it was just a little one-off video, won't gonna be too long, under 10, about the pay up when it comes to your refund or anything. And whenever you do get extra, what do you do with the extra? You can give that. I can give you these tips, but how are you going to make that tactical? Are you going to be paying down any additional debt? You got to know what debt you have. Or are you going to be paying towards anything else within your budget? Are you going to be adding to your emergency fund? Are you going to be paying into a high yield savings account? So you just have to figure out what means do you have, and then how you can do more with what you have. And I know somebody gonna say, "Oh, I'm not making enough," so we're gonna have to take a step back to look at your budget to see how the math is not mathing. Even if life is lifing, you can still try to figure out the math. So you might have to do something a little bit different. I'm not saying you gotta do something strange for a piece of change, but you have to do something different to get different. So they make sometimes they make and call for get more income. And what I talked about in the video previously, that you're paying your future self, meaning you learning something. It's a lot of free platforms where you can learn how to do stuff. You know, TikTok, other things. Anyway, so you have to learn. Learners are earners. So you have to learn your money while you either earn more or redistribute it a little bit differently. And I've shared this tweet, and I'm gonna close with this: is that I was having a conversation with my mama. And mama said, common sense is not always common, which is true. But I have another way that we position it is that what necessarily is common sense to you is may not be common sense to me. And if I want to learn about that, I'm going to have to get more commonly acquainted with it, meaning learning, so it can make sense to me. That's the way that not everyone comes into this world knowing everything. I'm not Warren Buffett. Hey, we almost have the same birthday. Well, not literally as in the year. So I look black, don't crack. But if I want to become or learn to be on that level or anything like that, I need to learn. It needs to become common, meaning it needs to make a connection to me, and then it'll make sense, meaning it'll add into what is my structure, and then obviously we want to make sense. So in the comment section below, let me know whatever you're dealing with when it comes to money. If there are any topics that you want me to cover, put them in the comment section below. In the description, you'll find anything for finding me on social media, to finding my website, to even work with me if you need someone to become beyond just the videos. So don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe. Let me see. Yeah, that's it. So happy March. That's it.